Welcome back, let's continue. So first of all, we're going to pick up the stuff from the chest. I'm going to go to the other tab, pick up Henry's Beta Die and this book. Then we are going to go to all, sorted by price, and watch out the weight so we do not overburden ourselves. So let's pick up this, this, and this. We are going to skip the chainmail because it weighs way too much for us at the moment. I'm going to pick up the other stuff. We could like take one bandage just to have it. Maybe some of these. Some of that, actually everything. Okay, I think we are good. I'm going to leave this stuff here because we cannot carry it. Let's equip something to wear. I think we are good, actually. So we don't have body plate and chainmail. That is something that we are going to use a bit later on. We could also equip some weapon, but we do not have agility for this. And as you can see, while it says that this thing does this much damage, is actually going to do this much because we don't have enough damage. If we go to this one does even more damage, but we have even less agility for it. So yeah, let's use this one.
Here are those nails you wanted.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine. Why do you ask?
Just wondering, will you be going to the dance this evening?
We will.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
Well, there's something else beautiful.
Fine lass, eh? Now stop staring at her and come and see this. It's time for the trial by fire. We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
Well, those days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, though. Would you like to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a commoner?
Let him try it. You still have a lot to learn. Ask your father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Learning his trade will serve him better in life, sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us. I see that you almost have it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work, very fine. A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Svan?
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sir.
It's been an honor, Sir Ispan. Have a safe journey to Sasau.
The honor is mine, Sir Radzig. Thank you for the hospitality.
A long, peculiar history.
That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Will you teach me how to use it, like Sir Radzig said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
You talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits, like keeping your head on your shoulders. I want to end my days in Skalitz, here, beneath the linden tree and by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first, I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them or beat them.
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
A messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened?
Listen to me, Hal. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the trunk. Go to the castle. Hurry!
What about you?
Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You'll do what I say right now.
Give the sword to Sir Radzig. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
Quickly! We have to close the gates!
Move! Come on, we're closing!
Move it, people!
Come on!
We're running
Come
out of
on!
time! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside, quick! We have to shut the
Get
gates!
ready, people! Come on!
Mind this for me.
Are you mad? You can't go back! Ah!
Get through the gates!
we have to run away because there is a guy chasing us, and I really do not want to turn around and face him because I tried that few times and it didn't work out. We also have a Saradzic sword now. I can open the inventory really quickly and show you. So you can see how much damage we actually do now. It's way more than with that other sword that we do not have stats for.
You pigs! Don't touch me, or I'll kill you! Go to hell, you Tatar!
This is a horse riding tutorial. This is like pretty easy to get. So the only thing that I have to point out, if we double tap shift, the horse will run faster. So let's move on, and we use X to call our horse. We'll save Teresa and run away really quickly. We could have just whistled, that also works. But I wanted to get one hit in there. We can turn around and see that we are being chased, so let's push our horse to run faster.
Left. Talmberg is to the left, along the stream. Warn the others! They've tore at Skalitz! Flee! Go! They'll kill you all!
There!
Flee! To Talmberg!
Thank Douglas.
Oh my god! Wait! Jesus Christ!
Help! Skalitz has been attacked! Do something! Help!
Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! And loose!
Halt your Hosen, Kinder! in the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Yeah. Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
Have you idlers nothing better to do? Get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach. I heard about your father. They say he was a
I hear you
swordsmith
came
who
from
moved to the
Scarlet's
countryside
today.
to make horseshoes.
It must have been terrible there.
I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Ah, milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes. Thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
So I will grab some food. I won't grab everything because I'm pretty sure we cannot carry it. So let's eat. I will grab some food for later on.
Oh, Jesus. I could really do with some sleep.
So we can pick for how many hours we want to sleep. We can see how much comfort we have in this bed, our nourishment and our energy and our health. So the more we sleep, we will lose nourishment, which is logical. So yeah, we will get hungry and we will restore our energy. So if we go to, this is as much as we can sleep at the moment and restore this much energy, but it's kind of usually, you have to like pick this up based on how much energy you want to restore. So let's say we are going to sleep to 7 o'clock or more, kind of.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you, but I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. I went to the tavern to buy ale for Father. I know it's a job for a groom, but I didn't mind, because my girl Bianca worked there. I courted her a while and we agreed to meet in the evening, but our meeting was never to happen.
Oh, dear boy.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig. Father and I always chat in the forge. On that particular day, I asked him if he'd teach me swordsmanship. He said no. He said it's better for a man to keep his head on his shoulders than lose it over some pointless heroism. If only he'd known what fate had in store for us.
Oh.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. I saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz. The gate to the castle was open. The bells and horns sounded the alarm, and the villagers ran to the castle to take cover. They were carrying the few possessions they could grab in haste, and I saw the terror in their eyes.
I can't even imagine how awful it must have been.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I no longer heard any sounds of battle coming from the castle, so Sigismund's army must have regrouped and started preparing for siege.
No doubt you're right.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors he went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Move it, people! Come on! Come on! We're running out of time! Quickly! We have to close the gates! You can't go back!
Henry, help us!
Help us, son. Don't be a coward.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
should have been so quick, so we wouldn't have time to join forces.
Prepare for the worst. But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
Hey, you men down there. Tell the people outside the walls to prepare for attack. Quickly, do you understand?
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivis sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robert?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Ratai now!
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled, and report everything to me at once. Understood?
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch on the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later.
Okay, so we have to stand and watch. We cannot pass the time that way yet. But later on we will be able to press T when we need to wait. Let's speak to guards.
Good day to you.
What do you think about the Skalitz folk?
It's a hell of a thing. First, everyone is shitting themselves that Sigismund is coming, and then it turns out like this. Praise the Lord they got out of the siege.
Skalitz Castle is well fortified, all right, but I hear Sigismund's army is huge, and facing him is suicide. Sir Radzig did the right thing.
I'm sorry you didn't all manage to get away.
So am I.
May God ease your pain.
Thank you.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Good day to you.
What do you think about how the Skalitz folk managed to flee the siege?
Thank the Lord. I thought it was Sigismund descending on us.
It seems everyone thought that.
Well, we were all expecting the worst. And the truth is, I'm still worried what will happen when Sigismund comes here. And come he will, of that I'm sure. I just hope we'll be as fortunate when we're face to face with that fucker. By the way, Henry, my condolences.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we can actually wait. I know that we can in this part, but I was kind of wondering why I couldn't do it before. Looks like once we have talked to this guard, we can wait. So I will press T and wait till morning, I guess. Let's say 8.
Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go! Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go!
Sweet Jesus! We'll come ahead of the Skalitz.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzig Kobyla, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzig Kobyla is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyla is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
God be with you.
Sir Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
We can try one of these, but it's kind of not going to work either way. I kind of try all of them. Let's try social status because that's our highest stat, but yeah.
Sir Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg, well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed, but it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair. Him and Wenceslas's cousin, Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
Well, he definitely wanted the silver from there, so yeah. And yeah, let's go with the last one.
So he could loot it?
Correct. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favored it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
Where did these Cumans come from, anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
Jesus, look where you're going.
Okay, so if I press... Actually, not that. We go to inventory and quest log. We have a new quest. We have to go to Scarlet's to bury our loved ones. We can get a horse. This is kind of optional, but we will do that. And we have to get out of the castle. So I'm going to quickly do something, and you will see why. We are going to go on a looting spree, but let's first speak to the guard.
Good day to you. What do you need?
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not to open the gate, and you especially are not to be let out.
My mother and father were left in Skalitz like carrion. I have to bury them. I can't leave them to the dogs.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't. You'll have to persuade Sir Robard, or think something up so I don't end up in the shit for it. Otherwise, forget it.
What am I supposed to think up?
How should I know? Maybe some disguise so I could say I didn't recognize you? If a Talmberg soldier turns up all kitted out properly, in armor and a helmet, then of course I let him go. That's obvious.
All right, I'll have a look around for something. Is there someone here who trades in goods?
Hungry, are you? You should go and see the cook. She's good-hearted, especially if you come with some coin. For anything else, you should see a fellow called Votava. Folk aren't too fond of him, because he's as surly as a wet cat. But he can get you just about anything. I saw him by the granary. You'll recognize him easy. He looks like he's never had a decent meal in his life.
That business with Sigismund turned out well in the end, didn't it?
Aye, that was a good start. Now we need to drive him and his war whores out of Bohemia for good.
Okay, so if we had that armor equipped, the conversation would have gone differently. Because we can use that armor also to get out of here. But I wanted to get the quest to get the armor from the armory. Okay, there's no guard in there, which is nice. And while I was saying that, there's a guard.
You, what the hell are you fooling around here for? Be off right now, or I'll fucking see you off. Is someone there?
I really thought he would get out of there, so let's wait a bit. Okay, that guard is gone. Let's see where this one is going. Nah. Okay, that's good. Let's use one savior schnapps. Okay, this is my third attempt because I was really greedy. I looted everything beside one chest and got cut on the last one. So, yeah. Hopefully this time is going to work. So let's wait for all of these guards to like take their positions. That one is standing, this one is standing. Let's do this. They'll sneak from here. Go in here, close the door right away. I'll go down first this time. Maybe that will help. We cannot open that one because it's very hard.
You, what the hell are you fooling around here for?
I will have to wait for this guard to move away.
Damn! What the hell?
Damn!
Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? If you don't clear off quick, it'll be the worse for you.
I really thought we would get cut, but we didn't. They are moving away. I guess closing the door actually might have helped. Let's get the stuff this time.
Be a bit more... Hey, you. What are you doing? Fuck off before I lose my temper.
There are more chests in the upper part, so we'll wait for this guard to move away by kind of waiting. Last time I got caught here, opening this chest. More interested in opening them than looting them. Increase my lockpicking skill. Nice. It's raining outside, that might help us. I think when it's raining it's kind of better to do the looting. Because, yeah, makes sense. Because they cannot hear you over the rain. Well, third time's a charm, I guess. And we get those halberds. Well, I think I've pushed my luck as far as I can. Okay, so let's go down. Equip the stuff. Sell the stuff. I will get some lockpicks for these things. This is so painfully slowly. But we have so much loot now. We're going to first equip stuff, and also actually, first of all, we're going to repair everything. So let's start with armorer's kit and see what we can repair. We can do this. These ones are kind of pretty damaged, so we cannot repair them with our current skill. This one's... Didn't I repair the other one? I don't know. Let's do the tailoring. Okay, that was nice. So we repaired everything. I'm going to sort this by how much armor it gives. And I'm going to also pay attention to weight. We can go either with this or with this, since this gives more armor, though it's kind of a decent trade-off because it's one armor but two weight. So I'm actually going to go with this one to save some weight. Hunter gloves, this one give 5, but the other gloves give 11, which is kind of way more. This weighs a lot, so it's kind of maybe not a good idea to use it at the moment, even though we kind of do not have additional armor, but I'm not sure. So let's go with this. Actually, we're equipping that. We can see if it's kind of increasing our armor here or decreasing it. So we do not have anything equipped here. What about this? Yeah. And we're going to use this. Could use this jacket. Is going to decrease our body armor, but it's also weighing way less. But only gives 1 armor. So I'm kinda not sure about that trade-off. Maybe it's kinda okay at the moment. Don't have any pants. Okay, so the boots that we are using are at 100%. They both give the same armor, so I'm going with this. For the weapons, yeah, we have a lot. We could equip one of the shields. I think we won't be able to sell all of this, which is kinda a bummer. I was thinking we can sell some of it. Well, some of it we can, but not all. Alright, let's sell, then we'll see about the bow.
Good health to you.
Is there someone here who trades in goods?
Votiver is your man. He's the local dealer, a skinny fellow. I saw him by the granary. He'll buy anything that has any value, and he'd sell you his own granny, if he hadn't already sold her long since.
That was a wrong NPC. Let's speak to the Volta.
My respects to you.
Can we trade?
If you've got the coin.
Let's see what we can sell that is not stolen. So we have this equipped, so we won't be selling that. We can sell these armor kits. This blacksmith kit. This bow. Sell one cobbler kit. Actually, let's sell this one and also one or even 2 more. So we do not have a mace. We cannot. We can sell this bow. This bow. This thing. Small kit. Yeah. This is kind of not even worth it, I guess. We can sell this small blacksmith kit. We're going to sell all the small ones. Actually, I'm not going to sell the dagger. Might need it later on. Yes, everything else is stolen, so it won't work. We have one blacksmith, one armorer, one cobbler, and one tailor. That is what I wanted to double check. And I'm going to get Savior Schnapps, of course. I'm going to get a treasure map, and I'm going to get lockpicks. Yeah, more. Let's get some dried meat because that doesn't spoil that fast. So let's haggle.
Can we do something about the price?
Why not?
Is this enough?
I'd almost shake on that. Almost.
I knew we'd come to an arrangement.
They're still overburdened, so what I'm thinking now is actually going back to that chest and actually dropping stuff in it. And maybe it's going to stay there a bit later on so we can pick it up. And we'll have our own chest, but not at the moment since this is kind of still a tutorial. And we'll get our own chest that we can put stuff in a bit later on. Kinda weird. We kinda rearranged the stuff a bit in the guard's tower. So we're going to put everything in that easy chest. Just kinda going to wait for this guard to move away. Actually get in the tower. Come on, man. I'm not stealing, I'm bringing the stuff back. Move away.
Hey, you! What are you doing? Fuck off before I lose my temper. Jesus!
That kinda didn't work. We have to wait even more. I'm kinda getting scared of not... And I wanna use the savior schnapps, guys. But I won't. I'm going to push my luck here. Kinda not a good idea to sneak in full armor. Let's start putting this stuff in. Okay, so I'm going to actually... No. I was thinking of getting some of the shield, but I'm not going to do that because we are going to get overweight and I want to pick up that stuff that we left in Scarlet's. So hopefully this stuff here is going to stay in that chest. Okay, enough goofing around, let's start doing the quest. We could try to sleep a bit more, restore our energy before we start doing it. Haven't restored our energy. So we can try something like this. That is not going to work. Because we have to continue doing the quest. So if I try to sleep, that's kinda all the time that we get. Now we could try to steal some of these horses, but actually this is the horse that we got here with, so I'm going to take that one. That was weird, turning the horse there. I was kinda hoping it's not going to get stuck. We got lucky, like the horses do not get stuck as much I think on this patch, but on the first patch when I started playing the game they would stuck in like going over the fence or something like that. Okay, so do we have everything equipped? We have, yeah, we have weapon, we have armor. Let's speak to the guard.
Good health to you.
I need to get out of here.
Then I'm afraid you're out of luck. Ah, I see. All right then.
But if you breathe a word about me to anyone...
Hey! Open the gate!
Okay, I'm not going to explore here, like out of the out like this area. We are going to do the quest and then later on we are going to check here. Like this is a bathhouse, for instance. But yeah, we are going to take a bath bit later on.
You moron! Done!
You'll have to wait for me here, friend. Better to keep going on my own. Looks like they've already gone.
This is not really worth it. So this gate is a no-go. We have to find another way in. I'm not sure about this path, the way we kind of came in. But we can also, I think, go in from here.
Who's there? What's that? What are you doing here? Tired of life, are you? Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of good idea to go for a head if they're not wearing the armor.
Yeah.
I wanted to press this to lock on instead of caps lock.
Go pitch it. Yeah. You're dead. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. No.
Yeah, we could use this, I guess. I wanna quickly check something out. While we are not going to put the stats yet in because it's kinda a good idea to save them on for later. Yeah, what level do we need for this? Level 4. And we are currently level 3. It would be good idea to kinda see if there are more bandits around so we can increase our strength on them. I'm pretty sure there are more bandits. So we're going to deal with them first, then go in here. Kind of really sure that there was like a bandit here in this area. Maybe I'm mistaken. Let's go back. I don't want to waste time. I really wanted to get that skill. I actually managed to get it when I was playing this before, of course, to kind of test out the game and stuff. And I think because I fought Kunesh, I've increased my strength. And we kind of skipped that, and that is why we do not have the pack mule yet. That hopefully is going to increase pretty soon.
Bailiff. He didn't run like me. He died with a sword in his hand. You stood by his side and he did this to you. In the end, you were a hero. You didn't run away. You didn't abandon me like me. Why? Not you. It wasn't supposed to be you, Bianca. I'll find the bastards that did this to you. I'll find them. I swear it. Just wait a minute. I'll take care of my parents, and then I'll come back for you. I'll take this as a keepsake to remember you by, my dearest.
so everything is burnt out. Not sure if there's any loot worthwhile. Should have probably looted more, but I didn't want to waste time.
Why did you do it to me, Father? Why? Why did you leave me? Forgive me. Forgive me for everything. Next time I won't run. I'll never run away again. I'll find the one who did this to you. I remember his face. I'll find him. But first, I have to find this shovel and take care of you. I remember you told me you wanted to lie beside Mother. Here. Under the linden tree. At least I can do that much for you.
Okay, so we have to find a shovel somewhere in Scarlet's. I'm not sure how much can you hear from kind of which side is coming from on YouTube if you're watching on... actually not watching, but listening on speakers, not on headphones, but there's a dog barking here, so let's go towards that.
Get away, you mutt! Get away, you beast!
What's going on? Mishak, what in God's name are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? Digging turnips? The beast just went for me.
Isn't that Mutt the butcher's? And isn't that body the butcher's?
Yeah, that's him. What's that got to do with anything?
I'd say the poor creature is standing guard over his master. You weren't trying to get to him, were you?
What do you care what I'm doing here? What are you doing here?
Came to bury my parents.
So bury them and leave me be.
Do you know what happened to Teresa in the mill? When I fled, the Cumans wanted to... They meant to violate her, and God knows what else.
No, I don't know. What do I care? They probably raped her and killed her like all the others. Her misfortune. Right now, I've got to take care of myself.
How did you manage to get away?
How do you think? I ran.
Would you lend me that spade? I have to dig a grave, and I can't find another.
What's it worth to you? I see you have a fine sword. I'll gladly trade you my spade for that. How did you come by it?
My father forged it for Sir Radzig. It's my duty to deliver it to him. It's not for sale.
Go right ahead and dig that grave with your sword. See how that... And where will you dig it anyway? Here? You're not going to lay your parents in unhallowed ground, are you?
Father said he wanted to be buried here, and I can't take them to St. James's. God willing, later I can find a priest to consecrate the ground. I've interrupted you robbing the dead. Is that why you're so ill-tempered? You bastard. Haven't you got a shred of honour?
And what of it? The butcher has no more need of coin. And now that I think of it, your sword would do me quite nicely as well. Will you hand it over without a fuss, or do you want to end up like the butcher here?
The only way you'll touch this sword is when I shove it in your guts. I've got business to take care of here first. God, how I wish to be gone from this place. But first I must bury my parents.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Really was thinking, can I get to him, but he runs really fast.
Easy then. You know me. A good master won't be leaving easy.
Okay, so this chest is here. Let's see about the other one. Actually have to lockpick it? That's weird. Oh, there for a second I thought these things wouldn't be here. I'm not sure if we'll be able to carry everything, so actually loaded, but if we can't, we'll throw away some stuff. Like I said, we'll probably... So, let's see, can use chainmail. Alright, and we're going to throw the shield away. Let's see, what about now? Yeah. You have to throw away one of these things, either chainmail or this. So, I don't know. Yeah, we're going to throw away this and equip this shirt. So now we can move around, just kinda barely. Actually, let's try to put it back into the chest. I do not think we'll be able to loot it later on, but let's put it in here. There we go. Would also try to repair our stuff if we kinda broke something, which we probably did. Okay, we cannot repair anything here. Yeah, I could have actually... Nah. It's probably not like... I don't think I could use a shield if I throw away that. We need that pack mule perk, which we'll get at some point, so yeah. Like this thing. It will give us 15 more pounds.
This is a good place. You're gonna like it.
Yeah, let's start digging.
So, let's get to it. Damn it all. How am I going to do this?
Do you need some help?
Is that him?
Yes. Can't you see the sword?
Who are you? What do you want?
Zbyszek? Who do you think we are? Franciscan brothers? We're here to rob you of everything you've got. Especially that fine blade that's of no use to a peasant like you anyway.
Banish the thought. It is my father's sword.
You mean him? I don't think he's gonna be needing it anymore. Listen here, boy. You hand over that sword, I might just let you go. If not, you're in for a family reunion you really don't want.
Leave me alone.
Kill him, Runt! Aye, cut the bastard down. As you like. Could have just cost you a few teeth. Kurwa, fick! I told you how it would end. You should have listened to me. This is nice work. The chief is going to like it. It's new, isn't it? Now, for the maiden bloodletting. Surely your father never would have imagined it would be your blood. I believe there's a word for such moments. The old man would certainly know. But I'm just a common killer. Did you help make it? No doubt you did. Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Hey, go fuckers! The games are over.
This was really emotional. Like, the storytelling of this game is amazing. This was just the prologue, guys. From this point, the actual story kinda begins. I really hope that you're enjoying this walkthrough so far. If you did, make sure you share it with your friends, like the video, you know what to do. And I really hope that you will continue watching this series, so see you in the next one.